All right. Hello. Good morning or afternoon, depending. Um, geez, or good evening, depending, right? Uh, so so let me tell you guys a tall tale really quick. I I sent out messages to everyone in every Discord server that I'm a part of, and asked a bunch of like would you rather questions, you could call them. And I actually got a lot. Mater, Curie. Oh, hey guys. Hey Mater, hey Curie, how you doing? Welcome to the Raptor nest. Um. So yeah, all I'm doing. So yeah, all I'm doing is answering a bunch of silly questions, and I have some pretty crazy questions. Before I get into that, um, these like chatting streams, they're gonna be every few weeks. Not well, but I'm here. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here, Mater. So I'm gonna be doing one of these Raptor Nest streams every few weeks because just because like chatting streams seem to be pretty popular actually, and I want to like get to know who exactly I'm, like what kind of audience that I'm streaming for, and how you guys like to you know what I mean. I want to talk to you guys. So introducing the nest a bit. This background I made in a mobile app called Procreate, and it's honestly one of the best like places to like just to draw stuff in. And I'm really proud of what I did here. So I have, if you notice in the background, if I can, if you notice in the, if you'll notice in the background, 1 second. Why? If you'll notice in the background, there's a bowl filled with weapons. That's what I bring to battle. So I have a bow and some arrows, obviously. I have a spear, yeah, there we go. Yeah, which you can see now, but I have a spear. And I have a little McQueedle club back there. And I'll get into this like some other time, but my model design is really inspired by the Aztecs and like other Central American like peoples. And if you notice this right here, I made a coffee totem to fit my aesthetic. This is also made in Procreate, and yeah, I just wanted to give some effort and some detail with what I want to put some effort and give some detail to what I'm like streaming in here. So yeah, that's about it for that. Now let's get into these really fun like would you rather questions. All right, so if you guys remember Monday, I played up with someone named Tori. And that was a fun collab. She sent me a question, and this is like a reference to that stream. Like one of the absurd things we named our restaurant. Okay. Would you rather wear a maid dress or a damn I love frogs hat? And okay, guys. Think of the first letter of all of those words. Damn I love frogs. And you guys can spell. You guys can tell what that is and what that stands for. And I'll just say that I think I'd rather wear that than the maid dress. Because it's like, it's a hat, you know. And I do love frogs. Frogs were one of my favorite animals growing up. Ironically though, ironic for this case, because Tori is actually a fox, not a frog, or she will be. She actually doesn't really know what. She's going for like the fox thing, but she's like starting up her streaming, like her VTubing, and she's gonna be on Twitch actually. I don't know when, but yeah, looking forward to seeing her some more. And I am not surprised that she sent me this question in particular right after playing Plate Up. That was the one where she was calling me man wife. because I was the one cooking and cleaning, which is honestly like a, because honestly my dad cooks our dinner almost every night, and he and all of us like clean our own plates and dishes and stuff. All right, so anyway, next question. Next would you rather question. Would you rather have a tomboy GF girlfriend, I'm guessing, or nuke Venezuela? That's a no-brainer. I'd rather have the tomboy girlfriend. Next question. Alright. So, would you rather have an ice cream sandwich or a popsicle? Alright, pretty simple one. Pretty, not over the top, not too ridiculous. Which is fine. I mean, if you guys have any questions that you would want... sorry. That you guys want me to... or like are curious about, like would you rather questions, go ahead and type them in chat. Like, go ahead. I'll answer them. Alright, so as for the ice cream sandwich or popsicle... sorry. Honestly, I'd pick the ice cream sandwich pretty much every time. Because, like... I don't know about you guys, but... they're usually, what, cookies and cream flavored? Depending? And I'm, like, physically incapable of turning that down. I will never turn down, like, a cookies and cream or a chocolate chip or anything. I'll never turn down anything of that flavor, and I know that the Dino Gods would not be happy with me if I did. So, yeah, that's my stance on that. I'd rather have an ice cream sandwich or a popsicle. Because a popsicle is really just, like, ice with food coloring and sugar on a stick. Is that an unpopular opinion? I mean, that's what they are to me. And they melt, well, actually no. Actually no, the ice cream sandwich does melt faster now that I think about it. Or does it? And it's been so long since I've had either of those and I don't really remember. Alright, so next question. Would you rather know when the world goes under or how it will go under? Oof. That's a pretty not an easy answer here. Yeah, I have some fun questions and I also have some like deep and philosophical ones. But then again, I don't have a lot overall, so I'll just go through. I will get to all of them. But as for this one, let's see, would I rather know when it happens or how it happens? If we're being honest, I cannot handle not knowing either. It gives me so much anxiety. It gives me so much anxiety and I just cannot relax over it. I wish I could explain like how bad it gets to where I literally to the point where I'm just not able to chill out or just have a calm, relaxing day, because that's not what happens. Okay, but answering this question, I feel like I'd rather know when, because then at least I can prepare for it somewhat. God, but if I knew how it would go under, if I knew how it would happen, if I knew how it would happen, I could at least like learn how to prepare for it. I mean, not that I think you could fully, quote, prepare for the end of the world. Well, this question is phrased how the world goes under. They're not necessarily saying like how it will end. You know, it could go under in a different way than it could end, right? Like if we're talking about like 5 billion years in theory, the sun expands and the world gets and Earth gets like reduced to atoms. Well, needless to say, I'd be dead, but at least, well, hopefully in 5 billion years, we'll have the technology to move to another planet, so, but if we're talking about, like everything just, like, society going to shit, to absolute shit, and just everything going horrible, like The Walking Dead or in Fallout, then knowing how to prepare for that would be better, I think, but then I wouldn't know when it would happen. Because then I'd be like, oh my god, how long do I have? So yeah, I'd honestly rather know when. I don't know. This is... This is a good one. It's giving me quite the dilemma. I don't know. This is a hard one. I'll just say I'll just say when. I'll just say when will it go under, because then we can, like, because then I'd know how long I had before something horrible happened. Does that make sense? So yeah, next question. Oh my god. Okay. Would you rather do 10 times the amount of homework for 1 week, or play World of Warcraft for a 24-hour stream? Well, doing homework's no fun. But then again, doing homework's no fun, obviously, but even if I had like 10 times the amount I'd normally do, or I normally would, I wouldn't be able to, or, well, wait, what am I trying to say? No, I wouldn't be doing that for 24 hours straight. But then again, it's homework, and World of Warcraft, I pretty much know nothing about the game, but at the same time, I would a 24-hour stream of World of Warcraft. I do know there's a lot of thought that needs to go into playing that, which is why I probably wouldn't. Then again, a 24-hour stream, there's no way in hell I'd be able to do that. I struggled with a 5-hour stream, and that was the Uprising art stream that I did. So yeah, I think I'd honestly here, I think I'd rather do the homework because I can spend some time doing that and, you know, like, take breaks, move on to something else, do something else for a while once I get certain things done. And if we're talking about a full 24-hour stream where I only play World of Warcraft and don't do anything else, yeah, there's no way that's gonna happen. There's no way I could sit on my ass playing a video game for 24 hours straight. That would not be fun. That honestly would not be fun. So yeah, rather do 10 times the amount of homework in a week than play World of Warcraft for 24 hours. So yeah, there's my answer. Oh boy. Okay. Shit. Okay. My next one. Eat pizza and mozzarella sticks while lactose intolerant, or fall off a 20-foot cage. And then another message after that, and no lactose relief in sight. Huh. These are both scenarios where you die either way. Well, where you could die either way, I should say. So, I'm not lactose intolerant. But given the choice here, I think if I knew that I was, I probably wouldn't. Especially if there was no lactose relief in sight. If I knew that I was, and that and that doing this would, like, could or would kill me, I probably would take my chances with a 20-foot 5 fall. But at the same time, you're falling from 25 feet in the air. Honestly, don't know what to make of this one either. Probably should have known what I was getting into when I started asking for these questions. Sorry, I had to hydrate. Pizza and mozzarella sticks. While while I'm lactose intolerant, or fall from 25 feet off a cage. Well, why is the cage important? why is that? Why is the cage important? Why specifically a cage? Is it because you could fall through? Like fall through the bars at the top? Because if you're able to do that, and if you can just like, the way I see it, if the bars are like far enough apart to where you can just walk through them, that's a pretty poorly done cage, to be honest. Oh my god, imagine like the county jail or the prison. The bars are like wide enough for the skinniest possible person to walk through, and then like the people in charge are surprised when they have a huge prison break to deal with. But here, honestly, I think both of these you could survive if you get like help as fast as possible. Because I don't know. They also both sound really painful. Eating mozzarella sticks, eating pizza and mozzarella sticks. I don't know what the effects. I don't know what would happen if you did that, but I can't imagine it's any better than like swelling up because you ate something you're allergic to, or just that actually. But 25-foot fall, you might you could get like, I don't know, just like break your legs and that'd be it. Well, I say that'd be it. Well, I don't know. I don't know what would happen with either of these. But I think the falling sounds like a quicker death if I have to choose. So I'll go with that. I'd rather fall off a 25-foot cage. Next one. Why did I add this? God. Okay. So, no, I will ask this. I will ask this question, I'll answer this question, I should say. Just give me a second. Well, the word that's in this question, I think, could be... I mean, I think you guys will know exactly what I'm talking about as soon as I say it. But it was a question that was asked, so I'm asking it. Okay. Here we go. Would you rather summon a harem of your waifu/husbandos, or summon any Pokemon? That is a question that I was asked. I am not kidding. Um, I and I know what that is. Okay. Uh, and I won't spend a lot of time on this. Um, not the biggest I almost said Pokemon. Not the biggest Pokemon fan. Um, in fact, I hardly know enough about Pokemon to choose that over the other option. uh, if we're talking about waifus or husbandos. Okay, so this question is like says waifus slash husbandos, and I know that I know what both of those are too. Well, I'm sure if you're watching, so do you. Um, but honestly, I'm gonna tweak this a little bit. I'm gonna say I'd rather summon a harem of my waifus and husbandos. This is a question. This was a question that someone answered my question with. So yeah, that also, I'm also making that. I'd also rather do that because it's like summon both, summon a harem of both. I won't use that word ever again. Well, not today. But at the same time, I'd rather go with the first choice. My tweaked first choice, because it's like I don't discriminate between men and women. I'm not. My you go to you go to the welcome page in my Discord. It'll say everyone and everything is welcome, and it specifically says everything because like if we're all VTubers, well, people who are gonna join it are most likely gonna be like other VTubers. So and that's why I have the everything is welcome. That doesn't refer to like people of color or like LGBTQ people. So yeah, that's, and I want to be like all inclusive basically. And that's why I'd rather summon all of my waifus and all my husbandos. Although, admittedly, I do have more waifus. Okay, moving on. I'm glad I answered that, but at the same time. Okay. Alright. So. Would you rather have feet for hands or hands for feet? Huh. This is also not an easy one. I mean, our feet and hands are where they are for a reason, right? But no, I don't know. But would you rather feet for hands or hands for feet? I mean, maybe I could see being able to walk on your hands, but the feet, where the hands should be, like that is not. That'd be pretty much useless. I mean, I need my hands to do a lot of the things I do. I mean, I mean, I imagine, like, imagine if you lose your hands. Remember Doctor Strange? The first one? Uh, poor guy had his hands pretty much destroyed, so he couldn't be a doctor anymore. And he was super, super depressed about it. That right there is why. I mean, I'm not a doctor, but I'm a gamer. I'm an artist. I draw. So yeah, I think I'd rather have oh wait, this question isn't asking like if I'd rather. This question isn't asking like one or the other. Wait, no. Okay, no. Okay, what I'm trying to say. This question doesn't apply for like if I did choose feet for hands, I would also have hands for feet. So I honestly think I'd rather have hands for feet. I wouldn't be able to move as effectively, I feel like. I'd have to work from home probably, but that'd honestly be okay, I feel. So yeah, hands for feet. That's what I'm going with. That's what I'd rather have. Oh no. Next one. Would you rather always be cold and never see the sun, or always be hot and never see the moon? That's another deep one. And another one that's, like, making my brain hurt thinking about. Shit. I mean, if you live anywhere in Texas, you know that in the summer, it gets way, way too hot. So much so to the point where you wonder how people even live in this state. So, and I honestly really, really get sick and tired of it. I cannot handle how hot it gets, and that's why I hardly ever go outside during the summer. But we're talking about always be okay. No, would you rather be like always be cold and never see the sun, or always be hot and never see the moon? Well, we need the sun. Oh wait, no, we're not. Well, I mean, in the context of this question, this person didn't word it to where we wouldn't have the sun. We just wouldn't be able to see the sun. And in this case, just because we're not seeing it doesn't mean it's not there. Does that make sense? Although I do like looking like at the sky at night and seeing a full moon just like there. So, but if we're talking about if I had to have that and always be hot in South Texas heat, I think I'd rather always be cold and never see the sun. Because again, I hate the heat. I can put more shit on to make myself warm in the cold. And just because we're not seeing the sun doesn't mean it's not there, doing what it normally would. So yeah, there's the answer to that. Rather be I'd rather be cold and not see the sun. Oh, this is a long one. Okay, next question. Would you rather have the ability to go back in the past but grow older by a year each time if used? Or have the ability to go to the future but everyone will forget about you each time you used it? Oh man, another one. Another like deep and philosophical one. I mean, neither... Okay, so... I guess these... Honestly, it seems like these would be side effects of time travel. But... Okay. Let me read this again. Go back in the past, but you grow older by a year each time you use it. Or have the ability to go to the future, but everyone will forget about you each time you use it. Okay, so you go back in the past, then you're back in the present, and you're a year older. Physically, and like, I assume physically and mentally a year older, but not actually a year older. Then you go to the future. And then you go to the future, come back, and no one knows who you are. But then you like meet some new people. Use it again. Like go to the future again. Then come back to the present, and then those people forget about you. I wonder if... This is very specific. Would you rather have the ability... Okay, go back in the past, but you're older when you come back. Only a year older. Only a year older, though. Or if... I think I'd rather, like, be a year older if, like, from going back in the past. Because, like... And, like, here I'm thinking of my friends, my family, my parents. Everyone who watches me here. Everyone would forget about me if I go to the future, and I would not want that. So yeah, this is more about what I would not want. So yeah, next question. Okay. Would you rather get rated with 10,000 viewers or get 5,000 more followers? Well, it would be nice to have that many. To have that many viewers on one of my streams. At least in one of my streams. But, okay, so rating. Okay, so rating another stream. So, from what I understand, when you raid someone's stream, you basically take your entire audience over to their stream. So they can watch... So all of them can watch that person. I don't think there's a raid thing on YouTube. I do know that subscribing is different on... subscribing to a channel is different on YouTube than it is on Twitch. Subscribing is just following them. On YouTube, subscribing is just like following them, and on Twitch, it's like what you normally think of for a subscription service. You pay Like, you pay after a certain amount of time to, not to keep watching them, because you could still follow without subscribing for that, but you just, like, give them money for a certain amount of time to support them. But if we're talking about 5,000 more... For context here, obviously, I stream on YouTube. So, 5,000 more followers on YouTube would really, really be something else. Because right now I'm at... Well, let me see. Let's see. Right now, I have 53 followers on YouTube. Oh, if we're talking about, like, depending on what you're following me on. You know what? Let's see. See how many followers I have on Twitter. I have 449 followers on Twitter. So 449 on Twitter, 53 on YouTube. Honestly, I mean, obviously, like, you can't raid on YouTube, I think, unless they eventually add it. Unless YouTube eventually adds the option to, but honestly, having 5,000 more people who, like, know when I'm gonna stream and know that, or who could know at least, that, like, when I put out content that they will hopefully enjoy, I think that's what I'd rather have. So yeah. Oh boy. Oh, this is like a... This one's like... The next question. This one's, would you rather eat snails or crickets? That's... snails or crickets? Well, I can't imagine either taste particularly well. I imagine they are both quite disgusting, actually. But although snails, you would have to, like, probably bite through their shells. Snails, you'd probably have to, like, bite really, really hard through their shells. And crickets, Oh my god. I'm imagining what would happen if you try to eat an insect and it is disgusting. I mean, if you try to eat a snail, it'd be disgusting too, I think. Would you rather eat snails or crickets? If I had to choose between something probably just crawling around in my mouth for a solid minute before it died, and then trying to bite hard enough through something else to oh god, I don't know. Now that I think about it, I really I gotta choose one. Okay. In either case, you could probably just kill them and then eat them, but there probably wouldn't be much left. But then again, I wouldn't care. I think I'd rather eat the cricket, because probably no broken teeth from trying to bite them, as opposed to a snail shell. All right. So next. So yeah, there's my answer to that. Next question. Would you rather have the superpower of speed or flight? Oh, this is a no-brainer for me at least. Speed. Because yeah, I'd rather have speed because I don't know if I've told you, I don't know if I've said this before, but my job um is like on the other side of town for me. And if there's an accident or something, like there was yesterday where I was half an hour late and I was and they were fully staffed by the time I got there. So they basically just sent me home. Uh yeah, it would also be, I mean, sure, like if I could fly, I could just like fly over the traffic. But once I'm at my job, so my job, I work in a warehouse, uh, for a packaging and shipping company, and what I'm always being told is to load the boxes, stack the boxes into trailers, like fast but efficiently. Um, like quickly but efficiently. If I could like go at the speed of light, I could literally like load every single package from my trailer and then go to probably everyone else's trailers and help them out just like with a snap of a finger. And then we probably get to go home early. Cuz usually that's like a 5 hour shift. Which, cha-ching, but it's like exhausting, and I usually get home around midnight. Because I have the twilight shift which is around like 5 p.m. to 10. So yeah, I have a 5 hour sort of like really, really heavy physical labor. And if I could just get it all done for everyone too, that would make it a lot easier. I also wouldn't have to leave as early as I do. I have to leave an hour early to get there, and at the latest, I leave an hour early. I'm probably gonna leave an hour and 15 early, just so I could get, just in case there's an accident and I end up getting there half an hour late again. I mean, I hope that doesn't happen, but oh my god, I just thought of. All right. So let me tell you guys a tall tale. I love my job. Well, I say love. It's a job. And I have like four supervisors. One of them is like their supervisor. One of my like one of the so yesterday I got there late with someone else, and he was also half an hour late because of the aforementioned accident, and we said why we were late. Because I told you guys I live an hour away. I live on the other side of town. And he went and one of my, like, not the supervisor, but one of, like, my supervisors, we told them about traffic, we told them about the accident, and we told them about how it took us an hour to get there. And I don't even know why he said the shit he did, but he went, there's nowhere in this town that takes an hour to get here. And it honestly made me pretty mad. For being honest. Yeah, that got my blood pressure up. Only because, for one, I live in one of the top 10 biggest cities in the country. So, yeah, it's not... I mean, yeah, I'm not just gonna be at my house and then be there just like that. And it's like, dude, I was just like thinking, first of all, why would you not believe that? First of all, if you like knew where I lived, why would you not believe that it would take at least an hour, probably like, well, not at least, probably at the most an hour to get to work in a big city? So yeah, there was it's also like, it also made me think that he was pretty ignorant of like how other people, like what their living conditions might have been. Because what if my car wasn't working because I couldn't afford to get it fixed because I was working 3 jobs at once. I mean, for being honest, I do have a pretty good car, but hypothetically speaking, what if all of that was because we were poor? And what if we were poor because my parents like couldn't do their jobs anymore because of something bad that happened to them? You know, what if they were and that supervisor did not sound like he was considering that. So yeah, I mean, everything I just said though, none of that is true. I have a pretty chill life and my parents are fine and I'm fine. But what if things were not fine and he wasn't thinking about that? And oh my god, okay, no. I'm just gonna go to the next question because that alone is making me mad. Okay. Alright, so the next one. Would you rather live in a treehouse or an RV? RV. Because the treehouse, well, it doesn't move from that tree. I mean, the RV, the whole point is you can live in it and basically take your home just everywhere. Treehouse is staying in that tree. So yeah. There's my answer to that. Oh no. Huh. Alright. Excuse me. Next one. This is a sillier one. Would you rather be forced to dance all day, every day, until you get a perfect score on Dancing with the Stars? or be forced to eat mashed potatoes until you get a perfect score on Beat the Chefs? All day. Okay, okay. Let's see. Thinking about this a bit. Be forced to dance all day, every day. Like, all you're doing is dancing. No breaks, no food, no rest, no, anything. Until you get a perfect score on Dancing with the Stars. Which I believe, if I'm not mistaken... If I'm not mistaken, that's what? Like a dancing competition show, I guess? If I were to guess, I mean. I've seen a few. I've seen a few of those shows, but you know, they're never pay attention. And I don't pay attention. I don't watch a lot of TV. So I also don't know what Beat the Chefs is. But if you're just like eating mashed potatoes all day, like, I don't know, not an easy decision. This is another one of those where you'll die either way. I mean, you eat too much mashed potatoes, you're gonna get sick, and you might not make it. But dancing all day, every day, until you get a perfect score on Dancing with the Stars, which I'm guessing is not an easy thing to do. You have to really impress the judges or whatever. And if you don't, you kind of you die of exhaustion or starvation or whatever else. I feel like that'd be I don't know. I want to say that'd be less painful, but I've honestly never been so exhausted to the point where I might die. But honestly, I feel like I'd have to go with this first one. I would rather dance all day, every day, until I get a perfect score on Dancing with the Stars. Even though I cannot dance to save my life. Literally to save my life in this case. So yeah. Oh my god. Alright, next one. Hop around on one foot or always have to squat. Well, I hate both of these. Like, oh my god, no. I just thought of this one, like, I think it was a Fruit Roll-Ups ad, like, from a long ass time ago. Where you would lick the roll-ups, and they would have like a truth or dare thing under like the food coloring or whatever. And one of them, and the one he made his friend do was like, you hop on one foot until you are told to stop. And the kid, he's a kid. He started, like, you know, hopping on one foot. And then it cut to a scene where they're adults, probably like 30s or whatever. And the kid is still hopping on that single foot. The guy who told him to do it drove by in like, you know, as an adult. He drove by in his car and just kind of did a smug ass wave at him and then drove off. And the guy standing on his foot, like, threw his newspaper at him or whatever. And he's like, seriously? That's what I'm thinking of right now. Having to do that, or having to like always squat, like in a fetal position or whatever. I mean, if you're squatting, you can still like, because both of these options honestly would just suck, to put it mildly. Like, because squatting is like still like you still put some physical energy into that. Like even if you're not doing anything. Here, let me try it. Oh yeah. Of course, I have to be clumsy and just. Of course, I have to be clumsy and like almost fall on my face, hitting my head against the desk. I didn't, but I almost did. But hopping around on one foot, you're like not able to stand still. Is that? Yeah, that's what. No, all right. This time I'm going with the second one. I'd rather like always have to squat. Oh. Okay, so getting to the last few here. All right. Would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses? Why does that sound familiar? Oh, no, I've heard this question before. Or I've heard something like this question before. So one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses? If I had to fight one. I mean, the horse-sized duck, there's always, well, for one thing, there's only one of them. No, there's only one, but you know, where that one would be bigger than me, even though there's only one. So that'd be scary enough. But the duck-sized horses. Oh wait, and this is also a duck. What am I doing? What am I saying? So it's a duck the size of a horse. Why did I feel like I missed that. It's a duck, and they, well, for one thing, I think no matter what size that duck is, it would run if it would just like fly off if it wasn't like protecting hatchlings or whatever. Ducklings, that's what they're called. And 100 duck-sized horses. Well, they're horses the size of the ducks, but they're horses. They're still horses, and there's still 100 of them. And I do know that, well, for one thing, I do know that you should not spook or, like, anger a horse in any way. I mean, honestly, in both these cases, I'd just rather run. But if I had to fight one of them, I think I'd rather fight the single horse-sized duck. Because even like 100 tiny horses... Oh, I shouldn't say tiny. Ducks are not small birds. I mean, they're smaller, but they're not like... You would need both hands to pick one up, is what I'm saying. And imagine well, imagine like a horse that size. They can, if there's 100 of them, they can still like trample you and gore you to death. So yeah, I think I'd rather go with the single horse-sized duck. Yeah. And wait. Oh, no, okay. Oh no, okay, this is another deep one. Ugh. Would you rather rectify, which I think is like make right, every past mistake, or ensure you never make a new one? That's a pretty deep one. This is not... I probably should have said that I was mostly expecting like silly and funny would you rather questions. But you know, I don't know if any mistake I've made has like ended any friendships I've had, or has or I hope no mistake I've made has ended any friendships or made anyone's life like worse. I I hope, but rectify every past mistake or ensure you never make a new one. Well, that second one is, I wouldn't even do that, because that would not I would not be able to make sure I don't make a new one, because you know we're human. We're human, we make mistakes all the time. So honestly, I think, since I know the second one is not gonna happen, I think I'd honestly rather make all of my other mistakes right. I think I'd rather rectify all of my past mistakes, because I won't tell you exactly like the specifics, but I have made some decisions that I regret, and I know, and I know that like all of us have, but I'd still go back and do and like make those mistakes right, or at least try to. But then again, if I never made those mistakes, how would I have learned from them? Because like I said, none of those mistakes have negatively impacted someone's life, and none of them have hurt anyone, I think. I hope. So, moving on. Okay, here's a silly one. Here's one that I wanted, or something like what I wanted. Would you rather be a dragon who breathes water, or a fish that breathes fire? A dragon that breathes water. A dragon as breathes as in like instead of fire, or like can breathe underwater. I'll assume that it's like instead of fire. Or a fish that breathes fire. Well, for one thing, I don't think being able to breathe fire. I don't think being able to breathe fire underwater would be practical in any way. Because I don't think you'd be able to breathe fire underwater because it's water. Duh. So I think I'd rather be a dragon that has like a water breath, because that can be that could be very much worse and more destructive than a fire. Well, maybe. I'm not sure. I've only really seen dragons that breathe fire that have immense destructive like power. But, you know, water could be deadlier and could be you know, it's more practical, you know, it'd be possible instead of being a fish that breathes fire underwater. So, yeah, that's what I'm going with. All right, so, last one. Wait. Oh, wait, what am I doing? All right. So this last one. And this is another no-brainer for me. Okay. Would you rather change anything you did on the internet to change where you are now, or would you continue the path you are on now? Okay. So, I'm not going to stop VTubing anytime soon. And you know, I've had too much fun, and it makes me happy. I genuinely have a lot of fun doing it. Playing with doing collabs and playing games with the people that I've played with and talking to you guys in chat is always just so much fun to me. But if we're talking about small things I would have done differently, instead of like, well, small things I would have done differently that might have changed where I was now. I mean, I think where I am is pretty good. It's pretty okay. But I think the thing I would change is, for one thing, doing a like a debut stream instead of just because I don't know if you were here. I don't know if any of you were there for my very first stream. You probably weren't, but my very first stream ever on YouTube was like a gaming stream. And I've seen like other streamers' debuts where they actually like talk about themselves and just like talk to their chat and tell them like what kind of content to expect from them and, you know, what kind of person they are. But I think that's honestly probably what I should have done. I've also seen a lot of them like networking on Twitter and YouTube probably just Twitter actually. I also but no, regardless, I see a lot of them like before they debut, meaning before they start streaming on Twitch or YouTube depending. I've seen a lot of them, like it says pre-debut in their name on Twitter, but they still get a following of hundreds or at least 1,000. And they also have a Discord, and a lot of the time, yeah, they also have a Discord server with a lot of members. And I didn't do any of that, and I just dived right into the games. I had a model, but I didn't play around to see what I could do with it. So I didn't know that I could make. I didn't know. Sorry, I didn't even know that I could make myself, you know, look like this. And I didn't want to pay any and I didn't want to give money to any bots on Twitter that claim to be professional GFX artists. So I made it all myself. Except for this table right here. This one's that's a pre-made one, but everything else that you see on my channel is 100% homemade. And and it's free. Well, I mean, obviously all the technology I'm using isn't free. like like my PC, my monitors, my microphone, like webcam. Obviously, like, all that wasn't free, but yeah, I'm starting to put more time and effort into my aesthetic, into my branding now. 3 months after I started streaming. So yeah, if I put this much effort into everything, really, I mean, I think that is the one thing I would have done differently. It's just like spend more time on what everyone's going to be seeing, instead of just get a PC, get some monitors, get a webcam, get a microphone, get a game, and then just start streaming. Yeah, I didn't have any like any of the things that you're seeing here now. I didn't have a waiting screen. I didn't have a goodbye screen. I didn't have the banner that you're seeing in my corner. Yeah, it didn't really look professional. It looked pretty homemade. And honestly, excuse me. And honestly, I do think everything still looks homemade, but I honestly kind of like the homemade feel and vibe, because I feel like, honestly, I feel like people... Alright, so let me tell you guys another tall tale. Okay, so my dad and I have been playing the Warhammer 40,000 tabletop game, which I'm sure you've at least heard of, but we are eventually going to start doing live streams of it, and that'll be really fun. Those will probably be we're gonna keep those as short as possible, but my point is, he said that people might identify more with playing it in our, us playing it in our dining room instead of on a big table that a lot of other these tabletop gaming channels seem to have. Yeah, that'll be homemade. Everything on my channel is homemade, other than this table. So I don't regret being a homemade YouTuber, basically. A homemade VTuber, basically. But I do wonder if I should have put this much effort into everything before I started really streaming, if that makes sense. Would that change where I am now? Probably not, but yeah, the last would you rather question. I would rather... Actually, no, I guess continue down the path I'm on now. I am fine with the path I'm on now. And if we're being honest, I've said before that that I stream for the fun of it. I'm not trying to be a big, YouTube celebrity or whatever. But, and I'm repeating the shit I'm saying now, but maybe if I had prepared more to go live, I think I would have maybe more of a following and maybe more of an audience to play to play for. But the fact that I have like people that I know will watch me, even if it's for like a few minutes, they like the people who just pop into my streams to say hi and watch for a few minutes. I think they're really cool. Like those are, I mean, that's kind of what I do with other VTubers, if I can. I mean, I get that, like, time zones, work schedules and stuff, personal time, time away from the internet in general. But I really do, even if I didn't start off right at first, the way I should have at first, I think I'm on my way, not to perfecting it, but to making it more presentable, I guess. Because I still want to make sure you guys are getting the best of the best from me. Because I get that an aesthetic, or that aesthetic matters. But I'm getting there. And when I will get there is probably up in the air. I don't know. but I think that's it. If you guys gave me a question to answer when I asked for them on Discord, thank you so much. I had a lot of fun here. I had a lot of fun with this Would You Rather stream. Next one's going to be in 3 weeks. Because next Wednesday, going to do another model painting stream. And the week after that is going to be another VTuber art stream. And that one's going to be way shorter than my Uprising one because just because that took me 5 hours and I don't have that kind of time. So yeah, I think it goes without saying that that there's a reason that I do those ones at 9 a.m. And I think these Raptor Nest streams are also like gonna stay at like 12:30 p.m. CST. Because I'm just like here talking with you guys. But my next stream this week is gonna be really fun. I'm gonna be doing a Phasmophobia collab, which is a long time coming. I'm gonna be doing a Phasmo collab with Jazz and Jiro, and the Saturday after that, we'll be playing some more Dead Space. Wait, this Saturday, I mean. So after my first Phasmo collab, it's gonna be Dead Space, and then another Phasmo collab, like a bigger one with like a full 4-person party. And I think that's where I'm gonna end it. Well, I mean, I've been ending it. But please be sure to subscribe if you like what you see here. Please be sure to follow me on Twitter for content updates and my schedules, which my schedules are also going to be in on my Discord. So, and please feel free to join that. Be sure to listen to my podcast with my dad on Spotify, Dad and Boy. Yeah, be sure to give that a listen. And I think that's about it. Be sure to share this channel with you guys, with like your friends and family too. And also, please be sure to... what am I trying to say? I think that is about it. Oh, no. Okay, no. Everything, all the links are in a link tree in the description below. Just so I don't have to put a bunch of different links in one place. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with this Would You Rather talk. And I cannot wait for the next Raptor Nest stream. And I'll see you guys later. So yeah, I think that's it. I think that actually is it this time. So goodbye.